What up, y'all? It's your boy Gangsta G-Way hollering at you. What up? Real quick, this video probably gonna be about 16 minutes long. It would have been longer than that because I was gonna include a vlog. But it's part of the vlog I need to edit. Shout out to Karan, shout out at you. I had an interview with him and Dave. David, what up with you? 2 new subscribers. But anyway, anyhow, it had high wind in it, so I just need time to edit it. I also know I owe y'all some footage of Mr. Leak's flatbed. But I'm going to get to all that. Believe me, I got footage I can drop back to back here soon. But anyway, this video, I did an interview with Fred, a fellow trucker, been out here for years, dropped some knowledge, dropped some nuggets. I enjoy talking to subscribers. I enjoy talking to experienced truck drivers, and I really enjoy talking to the older experienced truck drivers. But y'all check out this video for the week. It's not a vlog, but holla.
Incognito after that?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, hey, how y'all doing? I'm back again. I'm down here in Pensacola. I made it. This your boy Gangsta. I'm standing here with Fred. Fred, how long you been driving?
Since this time since 92, but when I was a kid, we hauled grain and cows when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
And actually, the first truck I drove was a 49 International 2-speed axle gasser.
Oh, man.
That Grandpa had. So, between farm kids and we've been doing it a long time.
Yeah. So, being in the trucking industry that long, what changes you to seen that created this muck we in now?
Well, I've done some research, and I think part of it, I always blame it on Reagan, but actually Jimmy Carter signed the law, and Nixon was part of it.
Okay.
When they deregulated, they didn't deregulate. Okay, they deregulated the brokers. They didn't deregulate anything else. Deregulation would mean no scale houses, no load limits, none of that crap. Right? Well, and that's my dog.
and that's pretty much, since you say that, that's pretty much around the time, Carter, before
the
Reagan,
gas crisis,
right before that
shit,
was the Hopper was missing, so that was around Ford's time. Okay.
And it dawned on me the other day, they're all going, well, we respect you this, you're not a number earner, you hear all these ads and all this crap. I believe that Sam! Come here, buddy. He's not after you, he's after that thing. He's after that thing. He thinks it's a cat.
Yeah, he's pretty fast, ain't he?
The general public did not respect truck drivers. They don't. They never
still
did.
Don't. They still don't.
Well, they never did back then. The only difference was when you had the Teamsters with their reputation. They were like a big biker gang. It dawned on me the other day. They were afraid of them because they were intimidated by them. What they've done is taken the intimidation factor out of this industry, where and it's a free for all.
Yeah.
They tried it. It's a game they play to see what they can get you to do for free for the least amount of money.
Yeah. I think since I've been in it, y'all know I ain't been in it that long.
You've been in it enough to get your your tail feathers singed, right?
I think a lot of the agents and the brokers crop a lot of money, but sometimes they don't. But the only reason I'm making this statement, talking to older drivers, been out here a while, they always tell me the fact that we're making the same money they made back in the 90s and the late 80s.
Who says that?
A lot of truckers say, back then you can get runs for $2-3 a mile.
Well, right, exactly. Yeah.
Sure.
But look at the price of trucks. Back then, I bought a new FLD 120 in '98 for $83,000, which was a ton of money. I had an old friend of mine that was in his late 70s. He bought a truck in 1964 for $18,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Now a brand new truck costs you $160.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think, okay, he hauled Ford cars out of the Hazelwood Ford plant in St. Louis for $1 a mile. I remember in '64, a guy used to clean out his bull rags. He hauled cows for $1 a mile.
Wow. But diesel was what back then?
30 cents, 27 cents. And trucks were 18, 20, 24,000.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in '64 he bought a brand new cab over. I think it was a Ford.
Mm-hmm.
And to appease his wife, he bought his wife a new car. He bought her a 1964 SS Impala convertible 4-speed with a 409 engine in it, a giddy-up 409 in it.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, and that's just to make her feel better. He had 17 trucks on the road at $1 a mile, but if you look at, I defer back to a friend of mine in California.
Okay.
He said he bought a house and a condo in the same year in California.
Mm.
And he said he was making $3 an hour, but he said he was walking around on tippy toe. I said the big difference is now you're making $25 an hour, and that same house and condo in California is going to cost you $750,000.
Yeah.
You look at the percentages between your wages and this, something's not right.
Yeah.
And you got to look. Every time I pencil this stuff out, I go, you can't afford to buy anything new. You can't. My brother and I, he's been in it for 30 years. We discuss the same deal every day. It's like, how can you go out? He bought a new Freightliner in 2016. And he struggled and paid it off in 3 years. But it's 500,000 miles on it. The burner's shot. The tranny just went out. That was $7,200 automatic.
About time to check on the one box. Yeah.
You've got all these added expenses that you didn't have. When I bought that 98, I started out with an old Swift truck, a 93. And I traded that on the 98. But back then I was leased to a company out of Minnesota that bought 5 trucks, ordered 5 trucks to the drivers, and sold them to the drivers.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't like a lease deal. It was so much. I was $1,780 a month.
Wow.
They give you a paycheck and you paid the bill. It wasn't they took it out of your paycheck. No, you paid the bill.
Yeah. Another quick question. You've seen the transfer over to ELD. Over the years, what you think about paper laws running compared? They saying the ELD is safer now, but you're still seeing a lot of accidents.
Right. Okay. I was an outlaw. I'll admit it. I've read a couple of logbooks. I told a DOT man in California, I said, man, I got to get a place to I was in a little yard. I said, you mind if I sleep here? And he had a ratty old Ford van. He goes, well, you might not have all those fancy wheels and tires on your truck when you wake up. But I said, man, I'm running out of hours on my 3rd logbook. And he says, oh, you truck drivers, my brother drives a truck. You're so full of it. And then we snorted around a while, and he goes, other guy standing there, his eyes kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time I came up with another story about how far I'd driven, but most of it was a lie, but I was pretty tired. Anyway, he says, well, I got to get this inspection done. He put on a set of CHP coveralls out of that ratty old van. I said, can I plead the 5th on everything I've said prior to this time? He goes, well, he starts laughing. He goes, hey, I got the perfect place for you to park. There's down the road in Oceanside, there's the CHP yard. You can park back there by the fence. I said, oh, I just thought of another place I could go. What I did unlawfully was, if I started out, say I went home, let's start from square one. I went home, I got a load that's got to be over here, and I've got 2 days to do it. I'll back that log up after 34. Well, see, we didn't have the reset either, if I remember. I'll have to jar my memory, but we didn't have that reset business until later.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it was 8 on and, it was 10 on and 8 off. So what I would do is back my log up. If I got into traffic, or if I got into weather or something I just want to shut down, I could back it off as if it never happened and run those hours.
Right.
Okay? Where you can't do that now. Once you click that thing off, you're screwed. But on what I found out this time with flatbeds, I've run reefers with them. I got to Kingman, Arizona, had a drop in Riverside, California. I'm not sleepy. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, if I take 10 off here and try to make Riverside, I'm not going to make it. disconnected, and away I went. I got a call at 2 o'clock in the morning. Where's your trailer in Barstow and your tractor in Kingman? Well, I don't know. Did your E-log screw up? I got a call. I backed into the dock, swung the doors back in the dock, Walmart, drop and hook, all the drill.
Yeah.
Chalk, drop and hook, right? The chalk drop anyway. And got a call. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time I, got that done, I was right on time. 6 o'clock their time, 8 o'clock in the Midwest. Got a call from the head of safety. Do you have problems with your E-logs last night? Oh, yeah. And here's what he said. He said, okay, what you're going to have to do is cover up the E-log using E-log signs on the side of the truck. Yeah, I'll do that, sure. And he said, I want you to go to the nearest truck stop and take your 10-hour break. Okay, I'll do that too. He says, and before you go to bed, hook that some bitch back up. When it comes to money, when it comes to keeping their customer happy, there's a little fudge in there.
So they had a little more flexibility. Last question, because I can't make this too long.
Right.
I
could go on for days on this.
What advice do you got to give new truckers getting into the industry?
Oh, gosh. Learn the mechanics of the vehicle. All right, if you go pull a step deck, for example, all right, the weight doesn't transfer like it does on a straight flat. You have to scoot, you have to balance the weight a little bit more forward than the center point. On a straight flat, you go up a foot. These you almost have to go up 2 feet to get to because the step does not transfer the weight. Just simple mechanical things like that, right? As far as flatbeds go, and the parts. At some point, some DOT guy is going to ask them, did you check this? Did you check that? I had somebody steal a dipstick out of my Cummins in Oregon one time, and it was $65 to get a replacement. And he said, you're lucky because the other electronic ones are $650. I said, electronic, what do you mean? They got a transmitter in them that goes to the computer, so it warns the driver that the oil. I said, why don't they just take the dipstick out, wipe it off, and put it back in and check it?
Okay.
Simple stuff like that, guys.
Yeah.
Flex, okay. The rubber boots around the air-to-air. If they get a pinhole and you lose turbo and you're running about 20 miles an hour and you can't figure out what's wrong, check those first. If you don't have any turbo boost. All these little things, you got to talk to these old guys. I stuck my finger in the coolant reservoir one time and came up with a finger full of oil, for example. It's not a blown head gasket. You pull the dipstick out and it's perfect. There's no milky stuff in there like a blown head with water intrusion into the oil. It's a blown oil cooler on an ISX or on a cab. It's the same story. It's all these little nuances. Keep talking. Keep asking questions. Find these old turds, these old nasty, crotchety old bastards like me, and ask them just like you did. We'll tell you. We'll tell you because it saves your life.
Yeah.
And it ultimately helps us out because you crash, we're in a jam. Yeah. We're kind of all in this together. And if we start butting heads and saying, well, I can do this better than you. Well, yeah, so go for it. Have at it.
Yeah, you got a lot of super truckers, and they like to call the new generation steering wheel holders. They refuse to have CBs. They refuse to get over out of the left lane when they know their truck is governed.
It's like we're still in this.
Got to help you. It was a time drivers would pull aside the road and help each other.
Exactly.
Now,
and it wasn't necessarily that buddy out there, but by God, you would, if something was happening, you let them know, ahead of time, so that nobody crashed into whatever else.
Yeah.
Because it's ultimately, we're out here looking for each other. Yeah. If we don't, we're screwed.
Yeah, all us on the same team. Yeah. Just if we could stick together and say no to cheap freight, maybe we can make things happen.
Exactly. I don't think we have to shut down. I think would work better. We just said no.
Yeah.
No today. One day. Don't have to shut down. Say, no, I'm not taking that load. No, I can't do that. No, I can't make it there. I'm going to be reschedule me. I'm not going to do that. When you start, there's nothing wrong on E-logs to run 5 hours, take your 10, and then have that other space. Because if you stop in the middle of the day, you can get a place to park.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you can take off and run later. There's nothing, you don't have to run. I got to load, now I got to go. Relax. Take it easy. Take it easy. I think that's the biggest change I see. There's just way too many people that are so nervous and upset that little broker boy over there said it had to be tarped, and the customer said, no, I don't want that thing tarped.
Yeah.
But I got to tarp it. No, you don't do it.
Yeah, I done ran across any cities like that.
Yeah, where they'll tell you got to do all this extra work. We're not going to pay you for it. Just don't do it.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's the end of my clip. Your boy Gangster with Mr. Fred. I appreciate your time, sir.
Anytime.
Very knowledgeable man.
Anytime. And, I mean, get a hold of him. Well, I'll leave him my phone number. You got questions. I have no problem, referring back and answering as honestly as I can. I don't know everything. And I know old guys that would say, well, I've only been out here 6 months. I don't know nothing. And they've been out here 50 years. I got a friend of mine in California who's been out here 50 years. He told me if I ever drove a truck again, he'd break both my kneecaps. So I've been avoiding him for the last 25 years.
I hear you. Well,
all right, guys.
All right, take it easy. Your boy Gangster. Peace. We out.
We're out.